Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School.
欢迎来到 Enjoy 英语学院
I'm Stevie.
And I'm Laurie.
Today we are looking at our World in Pictures lesson, which means that whether you're looking at the magazine or maybe the DVD that you guys get, you are going to have a chance to learn a lot of great vocabulary words but with pictures. So it's called our World in Pictures lesson. Now, today, the topic is a visit to the Stationery Store.
好的，所以今天来到我们图解世界的单元，那么要来看到的这个对话啊，一则对话的中文标题是开学文具的选购啊，那么这个购呢是去的这个购啊，那么所以呢，显然我们今天要来学到的许多的这个单字就是这个开学的文具了，我们赶快来看一看吧。
You know, in America, we really don't have many stationery stores anymore. To buy stationery or supplies like paper, we go to an office supply store or just like a big market, like, like RT Mart or Carrefour, Carrefour, here in Taiwan. We go to those kinds of markets. We don't usually see just stationery stores anymore in the U.S.
It's getting less and less here in Taiwan too.
Yeah.
所以呢，这边刚刚 Stevie 老师在讲到说，其实在美国很少有专卖文具的店啊。那通常呢，你去买的话，会去那种像刚刚讲的这个办公室的这个耗材行啊，或者是一些大型的这个卖场，像家乐福这样的卖场去买。那这个是比较少有那种专卖文具的店啊。所以其实我们在台湾呢，能够找得到文具店是蛮幸福的一件事了。
Yeah. Okay, so we're looking at a dialogue. It's called A Visit to the Stationery Store, and we have Bill and Tammy, and they are looking for back-to-school supplies for their kids. Now, when we say back-to-school supplies, this is something we hear in America, in England, Canada. Back-to-school is usually in August, before kids go back to school. Now, they need supplies. They need paper and pens and pencils and maybe, crayons or markers or things like this. So those are called back-to-school supplies. You could just say school supplies. But when we get them in August, we have back-to-school supplies. And you'll see a lot of back-to-school sales on clothing. For kids, school supplies, things like this.
所以呢，我们来看到这个对话一开始场景的设定啊，就是呢 ，Bill 跟 Tammy 两个，他们正在为了他们的小孩要去找一些开学的用品啊。我们中文讲开学的开，但是呢，在英文里头你可以直接看到这里它使用的是用回到学校的这样的说法。那其实就像刚刚 Stevie 老师讲到的，这个在这个通常就是在8月的底。那么呢，快要开学之前就会出现一些这种跟回到学校有相关的像这里的回到学校的一些用品会出现可能这个 sales 就是我们讲的这个特卖在打折，然后会有一些这方面的这种这个活动都是跟这个 back to school 就是因为要开学了，所以要回到学校的这个有关。
Yeah. So, looking at the first sentence, Bill says, why can't our kids just use the stuff that they have from last year? So, this means why do we have to buy new things? Why can't they just use their old stuff?
所以呢，这个一开始的时候呢，我们看到 Bill 他就这个在抱怨在 complain， 他讲到说呢，为什么我们的孩子不能够就这里的 just 是就怎么样就好就呢用他们去年有的东西就好呢。
And here Tammy says, Bill, you know they lose their stuff from time to time. Whenever we say from time to time, that means sometimes, once in a while. And for kids, like school stuff, they lose their stuff all the time. 常常, right?
对
Yeah. But here, you know they lose their stuff once in a while from time to time.
所以呢，接下来呢，这个 Tammy 就回答了，他说 Bill 你知道的，他们呢总是会时不时的掉一些东西掉他们的东西。这里的 from time to time 我们可以翻成时不时的怎么样？那么也等于刚刚呢这个Stevie 老师讲的 sometimes 或者是 once in a while 这个偶尔会怎么样怎么样都可以使用。
Plus, the stationery store is having a special offer. Come on. A special offer here means what? I mean, they're having a special sale.
所以呢，接下来这个呢，他就继续讲了他说呢 ，plus 就是此外的意思，而且的意思那么呢，这个文具店它现在正在有一个特别的什么呢？这里的 offer 我们就可以翻成是一个优惠活动正在这个特价的意思。所以呢，他就觉得这个是他可以去买的另外一个理由。
The next sentence sounds just like my dad.
Yeah?
一模一样. Okay, the same. Bill says, okay, I just don't want to spend a fortune. That means I don't want to spend a lot of money.
所以呢，接下来呢 ，Bill 那就跟刚刚 Stevie 老师说的，跟他爸讲的话是一样的讲什么呢？他说好啦这里的 OK 就是同意他了。然后接着说呢，我就是不想，我就是不想要呢花一大笔钱这里的 spend 呢，你可以花钱，你也可以花时间。那这里的 fortune 本来它指的是财产的意思，那在这里你加了一个在前面，那指的就是一大笔钱的意思了。
So, Tammy says, don't worry. We'll just get what we need. Now, this sounds like my mother. Don't worry. We'll just get what we need.
所以他要让他放心
Yeah.
所以他就说了，他说别担心，我们呢就只买我们需要的就好所以这里呢 get 等于就是 buy 的意思我们只买我们需要的，就不多买。
Yeah. 然后一定是多买。They always buy too much, right? Okay, and then I'm going to teach you another phrase. She changes the subject.
他呢马上改变话题，就是这里的意思。
Don't worry, we'll just get what we need. What do you think? What do you think about this notebook? So he's talking, and in her mind,She is thinking, blah, 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 we need this. Okay? So she's, don't worry, we'll just get what we need. Okay, what do you think about this? Look at this.
所以呢，他立刻把话题改变过去了所以就是刚刚呢，这个Stevie 老师讲的 change the subject.
Yeah. And now, Bill, he gave up. He said, I know I have to do this, right? He says, that looks pretty cool. Yeah. They will also need some new pens and pencils. So now Bill's like, okay, and we need this and this and this.
所以他进入了那个 buying mode， 这个消费的模式了所以呢，前面 Tammy 他首先讲，他说他改变的话题是他立刻说，你觉得这本笔记本怎么样然后呢 ，Bill 他就回答说，看起来还蛮 cool 的还看起来蛮不错的。然后呢，这个 they 指的是他们的孩子们也会呢需要一些笔还有铅笔。
And Tammy says, right.
然后 Tammy 就立刻同意他，就说没错。
Yeah. And right now, we are going to take a break. We'll be right back with the rest of the dialogue. Okay, now we're looking at the next line in the dialogue, and Bill is the one who didn't want to spend money. But now he is saying, we need to buy pens and pencils. And the next line, he says, doesn't Tommy need a new organizer? For some students, especially like maybe high school students or college students, they use a book that has a schedule. It has the date. And, you write down, I have a test on the 3rd. And so sometimes we call that our schedule. Sometimes we call that an organizer. Okay, so he says, doesn't Tommy need a new organizer? His old one is falling apart. So it's old and it's falling apart literally.
快散了
Yeah.
快散开了这样
Yeah.
就是已经破得很惨了这样。所以呢，我们这边看到呢 Bill 他继续要买东西所以呢他已经进入了这个消费的模式所以他就说了，这个 Tommy 不是需要一个新的这个 organizer， 我们讲记事本那么其实就是我们常常讲的这种行事历所以呢，这个本子打开里头记才会出现日期然后你可以记事的地方这叫记事本。那通常呢是这个刚刚讲到可能是高中的学生或者是大学的学生会使用的其中一项文具。
Yeah. Do elementary school kids use a schedule like that?
I guess he's a very busy elementary
very
school
busy
student. Yeah.
Maybe some of them do. So Bill just said, "Oh, doesn't Tommy need a new organizer?" And so Tammy says, "He does. He does need a new organizer. Put it in the basket." So this means he probably has an organizer. He's like, "Hey, does Tommy need a new organizer?" And she says he does. And here, put it in the basket. So he goes, "Oh, okay." So she says, "Put it in the basket." That means he already had one in his hands.
没错，所以呢，刚刚讲到说这个 Tommy 需要一本新的记事本，因为呢，他旧的那本已经快散了这里的 fall apart。然后呢，接着呢，讲到说这个 Tammy 就说他是的是什么？这里是一个简答，就是他 does need a new organizer 他是需要一本新的记事本的，所以呢，把那本放到篮子里吧所以呢，就是刚刚 Stevie 老师讲的，他已经拿在手上了，所以呢 Tammy 才会叫他说好，你就放进篮子里吧。
And Tammy keeps talking. And here are some index cards for Sheila. Index cards are perfect for students who want to memorize stuff. Because you write something on a card and you can turn it over and you use those cards to switch and memorize things. But I've never learned the word for index card in Chinese.
这个一般我们把它称为叫做那个索引卡就是拿来这个背东西的，尤其是背单字的话，那个索引卡是常常会派上用场的。
Yeah. We used index cards for language, for math.
数学也会。
Yeah, for those kinds of things. So here are some index cards for Sheila. These will help her improve her English. And we know she's holding them or she's pointing at them because she says, "Oh, and here are." So she's either pointing, they're very close here, or she's picked them up and she's holding them. Yeah, here are some index cards for Sheila. These will help her improve her English. Like you said, it helps with language, memorizing words.
That's right. 好，所以呢，接下来他就讲到，他说这里呢，还有一些这个背单字用这边我们假设它是背单字了的这个索引卡那么呢，这里这些卡片呢会帮助他来这个加强，来改善他的英文那所以呢，是从这边我们可以得出它是背单字用的。
And Bill, he's still excited about buying stuff for the kids. He says, "I'm going to grab some glue and some plastic folders too." Sometimes kids use glue at school. So I'm going to grab some. Right? I'm going to grab it. This just means I'm going to go grab some to put in the basket. So I'm going to grab some glue and some plastic folders too.
所以呢，接下来呢，这个 Bill 他用很口语的讲法了所以他说我呢也要再拿一些这个胶水，还有呢一些塑胶的资料夹那么意思就是要拿过来，也是要放进篮子里的。
Okay, now, up until this point, up until right now, Bill is the one who has been, after he complained, he was excited about getting all of the stuff for the kids. Well, now things are going to change. Because Tammy starts talking about something expensive.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
Tammy says, Oh, look. Ooh. They have laptops for kids. Okay, a laptop is a computer. 笔电, right?
对，笔电。
Sometimes we call them notebooks if they're really small and thin, but a laptop means you can put it in your lap. So we call it a laptop computer. So 笔电, right?
That's right.
They have laptops for kids.
重点是那是 for kids 哦，所以呢，这就是非常的这个高级哦。所以呢，他讲到说，哎，你看他们有卖这个小孩子用的笔电耶。
What do you think, Bill? Should we spoil them? Okay, what do you think?
所以呢，接着他就立刻来问这个 Bill 的意见，所以他说：“你觉得怎么样呢 ，Bill？ 我们呢该这样子把他们给宠坏吗？”哦，这里的 spoil 本来呢是指什么东西使它腐坏，或者是使损害的意思啊。但是在这里的话呢，当你的这个后面的受词是人的时候，通常我们指的就是把这个后面这个对象给宠坏的意思。
Yeah. And so, should we get him something expensive? We can spoil him, should we? And now Bill says, Tammy, our kids are too young. They don't need laptops yet.
所以呢，这里的 Bill 他非常直接的拒绝了 Tammy 哦，他说 Tammy， 我们的小孩呢还太小，他们根本就还不需要这个笔电呢。
Besides,You said you were going to watch what we spend. Now, when we say watch what you spend, okay, that doesn't mean you're going to watch it. 一直看着它. No, this means you're going to be careful about how you spend your money. Yeah, watch what you spend. You said you were going to watch what we spend. You said you were not going to spend too much.
That's right.所以呢，这里的话呢，就回归到刚刚前头啊，在讲的说呢，这个我们呢只买我们所需要的，这个是 Tammy 自己讲的哦。所以呢，这里呢 Bill 拿出来反驳他，他说，而且你自己说你会，这里我们可以把它翻译成这里的 watch 叫做看紧看紧我们的钱包，看紧我们的荷包，叫做 watch what we spend 所以呢，你会呢这个看着我们所花的钱这是直译的意思，所以我们中文会讲看紧荷包。那这里可以学一个字叫做 budget 我觉得是可以学的。
Budget, B-U-D-G-E-T, budget, budget.
对，就是预算的意思所以你不能超出预算嘛。
That's a good word, budget.
Yeah.
And so now, Tammy knows she went too far. Bill was excited to spend money, and when she said laptop, he went, no.
Too much.
Yeah. So now Tammy says, I hear you. Maybe next year. I hear you means I understand.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Okay, maybe next year.
所以 Tammy 这边很快就 give up
了
他就说呢，我知道了这个我听到你了嘛，那听到的什么意思呢？就是好，我知道了那么也许明年再买吧。
Okay, we are going to take a quick break and have a little review. In one of our sentences, Bill was complaining. He said, I don't want to spend a fortune. I don't want to spend a lot of money. And that is very common to say something like, I don't want to spend a fortune. Or sometimes we will say, oh, that cost me a fortune, or that will cost me. That means I'm going to have to spend a lot of money. Like recently, I had to buy a new scooter. My old one, it was dead.
Falling apart.
Yeah. So I was thinking, oh, that's going to cost me a fortune. And it wasn't too bad. But sometimes we'll say that to friends. Ooh, I bet that cost you a fortune. Or I bet you spent a fortune on that.
所以不管它是搭配动词 cost 或者是 spend， 那这里的 a fortune 都可以指一大笔钱的意思所以两个方式你都可以用用看。
And that's all the time we have for today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
don't forget your school supplies. A visit to the stationery store. Bill and Tammy are looking for back-to-school supplies for their kids.
Why can't our kids just use the stuff they have from last year?
Bill, you know they lose their stuff from time to time. Plus, the stationery store is having a special offer. Come on.
Okay, I just don't want to spend a fortune.
Don't worry. We'll just get what we need. What do you think about this notebook?
That looks pretty cool. They will also need some new pens and pencils.
Right.
Doesn't Tommy need a new organizer? His old one is falling apart.
He does. Put it in the basket. And here are some index cards for Sheila. These will help her improve her English.
I'm going to grab some glue and some plastic folders too.
Oh, look. They have laptops for kids. What do you think, Bill? Should we spoil them?
Tammy, our kids are too young. They don't need laptops yet. Besides, you said we were going to watch what we spend.
I hear you. Maybe next year.